So let's take you through a case study of a short animated music video by Rahul Arya. The name is Hand versus Sand. So it was under the guidance of Professor Neena Sadnani that this animated music video was made. So these are the steps followed for the process. So let's take you through the concept of this animation video. The concept was to make a music video with the use of certain experimental animation like sand animation. So this is how the introduction of the film goes. The visual nature and flow of sand has always fascinated the director. Now it made him wonder that what if this malleable material which the artist controls begins to rebel and does its own thing. Now it's a very interesting concept where he's trying to play with the medium and give the medium itself a character. So this is how the basic story flows. There's a light box placed in a dark room with a mysterious sand over it. Now, as you know, the sand animation is done on a light box and the light is from beneath. So he's trying to play with the character of the medium itself here. So with the mysterious sand over it which moves by itself, then there's an artist who crosses the box and gets attracted towards it. Now the artist tries to draw an artwork with the sand, but it shockingly tends to move by itself and sucks him into the entire sand world. And then it's the struggle of the artist escaping out of the mysterious sand. At the end, this all repeats in a loop as another artist comes and gets attracted to it. So these are some of the studies done by the director to understand how the film can be made. The study of sand animation involves analyzing different methods and the ways in which sand animation is being approached. These are some of the films that he has been referring to in terms of style and inspiration. Some more experimental animation, especially animating on water by Ebru Sanati, some claymations that sort of inspired the artist to go forward and experiment with the medium. So the study also begins with understanding different types of sands. Now the desert sand over the beach sand and over a marble sand. Now these are different kind of sands which the director wanted to explore in his film, because these different mediums react in a very different way and the texture and the light that passes through them are very different. So this was a method that the director followed to prepare the sand for the animation. So he uses marble sand and different colors of marble sand, and as you see here, he can mix and match and somewhere, and he's also placed it on the light box to see how well it reacts. So the setup involves a sand art light box, 3 layers of glass panels, glasses, light, acrylic sheets, DSLR camera as you see on a tripod to kind of capture the image. Overall a dark ambience because the light has to be limited, the light source has to be only inside the light box, and also some connections to the cables to the computer. Animating water is a challenging thing which the director tried and had a lot of fun here. Once you see the film, I think you'll get a better idea. Now Ebru Sanati is in traditional Turkish form of art. It is also called paper marbling as it is being used for marbling textures. So this was a very interesting inspiration for the director to put it inside the film. So this is the flow of sand animation. The step 1 is drawing one frame by sand on the glass of the light box. Step 2 is drawing sand art frame simultaneously for the different layers contributing in it. Step 3 would be clicking the picture via overhead camera as explained, which is connected to the computer. Now step 4 is finally get a single frame shot, and that's your one frame, which kind of allows you to understand whether the frame has been captured or not. These are some of the visual developments. So now individual frames were created to understand the flow of the story and how the visual styling of the film is going to be. This is one of the shot, which is a very difficult shot, water drop created only through sand. So you see here frame by frame, this water droplet was created, and you can see the process here. Later on, all this material which was shot under the camera, these images that were shot, they were composited, and the method that was used was After Effects, which was used for the final composite of the frames, and later on just basic movements also given in After Effects. The music and sound design process. In this movie, the music plays a very crucial role to tell the storyline. Since it's a music video, it's on the beat, it's on the flow. Now the initial thought was to take a music with different beats with highs and lows in a limited duration of time. Dubstep was a good option as it has beats going on very fast mixed with a different pace, which gives a refreshing feel to it, and it's very contemporary. The initial choice was DJ Street Style feat Vanessa Mae by Euphoria, and final music was Medicine by Harry feat Screen, which is Bear Noise remix. This is the ambience for the location, so there are some live action elements as well. So you see here it's shot on a green screen where the character, where the actor is also sort of involved. Now this is the character design. Now sand is actually the main character in the animation. It's made up of combination of thousands of tiny sand grain particles, which allows it to transform and change its shape from one form to another. The tighter you try to hold a sand, the faster it gets away from your hands. The artist. Now the artist who draws the sand art is our next character, who introduces us to the scene. He's an enthusiast and an excellent artist. He knows how to perform for an audience, so he kept his calm during the performance. His hands do all the talking, leaving him speechless. He wears dark t-shirt and jeans. Now these are some of the traits of the characters which was interestingly brought into the film. Some of the experiments, the other experiments were tried like wire animation and clay animation. We also did, the director also did clay animation, as that was the first idea. Animating acrylic and marbling ink colors over water, that was also one of the experiments done. I think you'll see all this when the film is showcased. Some of the influence, as mentioned, No Coras Tanto, In Your Arms, An Owl Who Got Married to a Goose. These are some of the final shots from the film. As you see, it's beautiful visuals, sort of, created just by sand, and it's a beautiful animation. The learning was that the sand animation has also led to the scope of many possibilities lying with this experimental mode of animation. So this project was a learning process more than a challenging one, as it led the director to make him realize about his potentials and weaknesses. He came out as a better person, animator, and a better filmmaker. These are some of the references.
Hand vs. Sand is actually a music video. Initially we have an idea to make experimental animation, especially using sand animation. So the idea actually built up in a particular span of time. Sand itself has a lot of potential into it. Experimental animation is itself a very wide area, so you can go on as much as you succeed. In our case, we tried to animate water. We did Ebru Sanati form of art, which is a Turkish form of water marbling, and we tried upon sand animation as well. The process for a sand animation involves a light box, a glass, a panel of white acrylic sheet, a fluorescent light source, preferably white or yellow, an overhead tripod to shoot the images, a camera, maybe digital or DSLR. Actually, audio was a very important part of it, so we didn't want to rush on to choosing what sort of music we wanted. So before beginning the animation, we had to finalize this is the music we want to do. So the criteria we had focused upon is to have a music which is not sort of a very long duration. Secondly, we didn't want much of a voiceover in the music, as it might take the visuals away from the audio. So we wanted to focus upon what the visuals are, because it's our interpretation of the music. There are different types of sand people can use, so there's no foundation as such. But for this specific use, we have used marbling sand. Other than that, we have beach sand, we have desert sand, and many different types of sands. And there are three different reasons we have chosen marbling sand over beach and desert sand. One, it doesn't get moisturized easily. Second, you can modify it with many colors, as it comes in a white color. So the color gradation looks much more sharper and much more detailed. The third point, it is much more crystallized, so it doesn't stick on with your hand. So it's more of a creator versus creation sort of thing, in which the creator is the hand and creation is the sand artwork. So while he was animating the sand, he gets dissolved into the sand, and this whole journey is the struggle of him getting out of that light box. So So this music film we have used stop motion, pixelation, sand animation and digital animation. For the pixelation shots we had to do a chroma shoot in which the person is entering into a dark black room where there's a light box which is attracting him. So we did it in our studio and all the other places wherever we can shoot it. Finally it feels like all worth it. In this process we have grown up as an artist, as a person and as a filmmaker. This was a very fun project, more than the challenging, as we got to experiment with different sort of materials. So it was quite a healthy learning process.
First of all must go your scent upon my pillow, and then I'll say goodbye to your whispers in my dreams. And then our lips will part in my mind and in my heart, 'cause your kiss went deep in my soul.
Now let me tell you about